So maybe there is the opportunity for Selfless to take a map here, but maybe SK just continue the reign of terror and just go round after round. I think good for Selfless, however, to start on T side.
Yeah, as the map can often play T-sided, and you don't want to lump everyone into the category, but a lot of the North American teams do have the better results on the T-side of cash. The worry for me is that SK Gaming were just looking so good, and everyone was hitting the shots and winning those duels over there on Overpass that it could be problematic on a map like cash that can a lot of times come down to the aiming.
I think Freeze is straight up saved on this round. No armor, no...
Next-gen strats?
Didn't drop any pistols, no armor, no kit. And he is the opper. So, I mean, he might have actually straight up saved. I think that would be super interesting.
Yeah, I mean, no one has a different pistol, so he couldn't have dropped anything.
Like, I wonder what the implications are if they lose what his buy is. Then maybe their force up is way better.
Yeah, I mean, certainly would have 2 extra nades or maybe another
Just assuming he
pistol.
didn't
Yeah.
forget completely, of course.
Yeah, right. Maybe he did. He found that the weapons weren't free, and then Freeze didn't want any of them. Magic's point, you're playing on quad. He's going to be flashed off, but playing behind it and checking it is mainline. Mainline looks like he will continue his success over here on the map number 2. He was so good on Overpass, despite the scoreline that was so in favor of SK Gaming. It was mainline and now Nifty to find the second kill. Bomb going down, and it's a retake 3 versus 5. SK at quite the disadvantage.
Yeah, they've got to move in. Last time we had Magic's Boy ace. This time he was the first to die. The smoke going down on default, though, interestingly enough, I think this creates an opportunity where they can spot left. Oh, the knife. He sees it. Oh, and he gets headshot in the head for it. Asilian, is he going to get killed? It seems like they can't find him with the pistol.
Slice.
And the slice comes out. But Marty, he's still alive. The kid's on the site as well. And a player in the smoke has been spotted. Marty gets the headshot and gets a... Oh, my God. Comes away with a defuse. What an absolutely... hectic round to witness.
Is Counter-Strike. Like, what a round. The first defuse almost got away with it. You heard that slice miss. I think he hit just the crate next to him. Maybe didn't know what he was facing, and then that gave him away on the sound cue. He started to protrude out of the smoke a little bit, gets taken down. Madi hitting that final shot, and there is no way that Selfless should have lost that. But just throwing, you called it when it happened, the smoke onto default was a little weird, could make things interesting, and it certainly delivered, because that was very interesting.
Yeah, it cut off vision from the player on default, and also cut off vision from the right side of quad. And coming up the site is really difficult when there is a smoke on the right side of quad. Typically, you know, having one smoke means that you're going to use that to smoke off A main, but instead, SK used it in a very interesting way. I really like that. Now Freeze actually has an op versus Tech9s. I mean, at max, it would have been versus SMG, so kind of an interesting decision, but maybe it's what they decided as works best. Mainline, not even being heard, reloading.
Yeah, he's reloading. That's a big sound cue for any of you that aren't quite familiar with Counter-Strike, so surprised that's missed. Maybe some communication was happening. Someone was getting hyped up. Freeze got a double kill. Maybe he's just screaming. I have no idea. Still, it doesn't really help Selfless all that much. And that flash,
That's a pop
who knew that railing was there? Not me. And not Mitch.
And a third flash on the round. This one, excellent. Allows Mitch to get
Still
away.
almost
Bomb
gets caught.
spotted on radar.
Yeah, he got tagged.
Did he?
I think so. I don't know if he was at 100 or not. But here's mainline coming out of A main. Trying to get into that A site, but it's not going to happen. Freeze is there in the cleanup, and Mitch hopping over. He's going to get killed by Asilian, who starts to push through B main to get some information.
Freeze had a ton of impact on this round, had the op. There's like multiple reasons that you don't want an op second round after you win the pistol. Number one is if you die with it, that's horrible. Let's say they get that off to your hands because they rush you. It's also particularly not good versus rushing teams, which is something that you'll almost certainly see on a second round, which I think they should be thankful didn't happen. Also, it's really bad for retakes if that has to occur. You get $100 a kill as opposed to like $300 or $600 or $900 a kill, and you're giving that up just to knock down some pistol-wielding players. So, but again, that saving on the pistol round meant that he was able to pick it up right away. Just don't see the value if they planned on winning to buy it that soon.
Oh, that is not a flash.
That
That helped nothing. Well, actually, it helped a lot of things
it's a
for
great flash,
SK
depending
Gaming.
on how you look at it.
Yeah, depending on perspective, which is always important. And that was Asilian there, ready to jump all over that opportunity, and he certainly did. So
that can't happen. You just mess your whole team up.
The 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, you just...
I believe it was you that said team flashes are the most effective.
The most effective.
Just for the other team.
So, yeah, I mean, that's just... the round is just thrown away. They get no kills because of it, and that's just sloppy. You can't have that happen. There's no other way to put it.
And now coming out to the rifle round, Selfless, a little bit of utility, some smoke's already thrown, Molotov, but they are just getting absolutely wrecked. So much damage coming out. I'm not even sure where that was from. I heard a Molotov go. I think Selfless might have pushed through it a little bit. Mitch, speaking of Molotovs, if this thing spreads up the hill, which it doesn't, an interesting fact here, completely off topic, fire is the one thing that travels faster uphill than down. Asilian finds 2, and Magic's Boy getting that kill that Asilian also assisting on. Out there in middle, everything gets cleaned up.
Let's keep the facts up. Quick facts once in a while. I like it.
I didn't even drink a Snapple today, but I still got that information coming at you.
Max. My brain grows. And SK starting off this map just as dominantly as they started off the last one. They're looking for the quick 5. The recipe for that is simply win 1 rifle round on top of the pistol and not get anti-eco'd. It looks like they're doing just that. Selfless, anticipating the amount of money that they'll have. Nifty not buying anything here, but we got head armor and pistols because they know they're going to have enough money by next round. So don't worry, guys. This is not like a crazy force-up or a tilt buy by any means. This is just being very aware of your economic status. And the smoke and flash at A means they're going to try to do a split here really quick.
Yeah, flying out with those Tech 9s, but it's Magic's Boy greeting them, finding 2, making it a 3rd. Freeze is like, hey, I want some kills too. But Magic's Boy has got 4, and Freeze ends up dying. Relics finds 2, and can perhaps earn them some real money here, planting that bomb. Still a little hesitant. He's playing to win it, as you can see. He just doesn't go for that plant. He's hoping that someone pushes up, makes a mistake. He could whittle it down to a 1-on-2, into a 1-on-1 perhaps, but not the case. It's SK Gaming with a 5-0 lead.
You know, that's a round where you have nothing to lose. So for a Selfless, like any kills they get are literally all bonus kills. The thing is that you never want to be in a position to have a round where there's nothing to lose because that means that your loss bonus is at the max. And I guess the only thing going good for Selfless, they got a couple of kills there and they're able to buy now. But they've got to start putting rounds on the board because their confidence is going to be so shaken. Even if it's the case that they are going to do better on CT side and they don't even know it yet.
Yeah, and actually because of that last little half buy, light buy in round 5, there's not really that much utility. And Madi boosted up onto that vent, which that platform extends a little bit further now, it seems like, since the recent
really?
Actually, are we on? No, those are the old vents. We're not even on the new cache yet. So never mind. But that did trade out over there at B, so Selfless are in an okay spot.
Oh, that's his mollied. Pimp isn't actually in a good position to help our B player, so if they can isolate him, I mean, him being on site is exactly where Selfless want him. I think it makes sense to actually perform the B split as long as Pimp doesn't cause problems for them, and him being in sandbags. I wonder if he's going to take this fight. If they're able to see his M4A4, and it looks like they have it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. They didn't have a Molotov at the time. They just had an HE, and actually Mitch threw a flash here into sandbags. And then he's like, all right, I guess it's clear because no one like did anything with some added pressure.
Great molly. Wow.
And now Pimp is still alive, and that can cause a problem. That's Asilian having a great game here. Can he shut them down? It might be hard now. He took a quick 92 damage, but a flash coming in. Relics will kill him full blind. Relics down to 14 because of it. They try to throw the bomb across, so that'll be 1 man on the site and 2 setting up for the post plants. But it's Pimp coming from behind. Again, he was the one that was out in middle and wasn't dealt with. He finds 1 and done. Then Magic's Boy to trade out. He brings down Relics, and we've got Mitch left in a 1 versus 2 on the site as well. So not even a great post plant.
Honestly, so far been a bit of a sloppy round from both teams, but it looks like Selfless are the ones that have the biggest fight to make here. Mitch in a position to maybe get the 1v2, does a lot of damage to Magic's Boy, but Magic's Boy comes away with the 2nd kill in the round, and the 2nd of which allows them to defuse. And now SK have 6 rounds in a row, but mistakes after mistake from both teams there on that round, you know, not having the awareness to clear sandbags or pushing up past it without the Molotov that you would need to know or to have peace of mind that no one's there. Pimp not actually peeking once his teammate got shot from highway and peeking late and then doing a little bit of damage, but then not being in a position to help his B-man. So knowing that he has to overextend in that situation, otherwise he puts Asilian in a bad place. And then Asilian crossing the site because he was adamant on getting to default when he probably shouldn't have been at Spanbox to begin with unless he was spotted and trying to change positions. But mistakes, and almost none of them capitalized on.
It seemed like Selfless, their mistakes might have come just from a little bit of lack of utility, right? Like they did, if they had a Molotov, they were going to throw it at sandbags 100%. Instead, they just kind of threw a flash and then never committed to fully clearing it. And that ties in with the buy in the previous round, maybe going a bit overboard. They've never had a round. They'll have rifles again here even, but the utility is just not great. They've got their smoke, so they could maybe do 1 big execute, but there's really nothing after that. And no Molotovs, which can be so key on cache to clear things out like sandbags, quad, site, fence, checkers, even the molly take on to B on the site.
Yeah, it might not have been a misplay to actually push up the highway in the first place to try to get a frag or just make it seem like there might be an A split. But the thing was, like, going B was the perfect opportunity for Selfless. And I mean, they still lost the round, but going B straight up with how many players they had left alive would have made a lot of sense. But the thing was that, oh wow, Relic's getting a kill out of Squeaky. That's huge.
Oh, but the barrel, it will stick out and freeze. He lines it up, hits the shot through the door, and that's Relic's down. Although Selfless still man advantage 4-on-3.
But I just wanted to say that the only thing that could have messed that play up was someone dying or without the ability to trade, and that Sandbags player I think could have been a big problem for them.
Flash and a push through. That's going to be Madi going in, and they are so blind on the wooden box and in the corner. Nifty actually had his knife out, switching between that and the op. And Madi coming away with 2. That will even things right back up. And another great flash going in. Just a great use of utility here for SK Gaming. That's going to clean up the round. Another multi-kill round for Asilian. He is just playing so well right now.
And we can see why he wants to be at default so badly. That flash gets everybody, when you get blind on the site, people have tendencies, right? There's something that you can count on people doing almost every single time. You know, typically when you're theory striking, you're thinking like, what are set strategies? Where do people play at the beginning of the round? But you should also think about things like how do your pop flashes make people react? And they can react in predictable ways in the sense that like once you get pop flash on B site, everybody goes to Underheaven. Like that's like just seems to be the natural response.
Pimp putting together the frag video right now, coming away with actually a quick third kill. I don't even know how he managed to get that one. Nifty does take him out with a quick headshot, but it might be too late. We've got Madi now playing onto the site. They're running up on headshot ledge. It could cause a problem, but Magic's boy will save the day as he comes out of upper, and he mows them down.
Yeah, very nice from Pimp. As well as from Freeze just staying alive in that moment. Yeah, like, you know, there's no way you can dodge that pop flash unless you anticipate it, and that's the power of it, right? Now, it has happened 2 rounds in a row, but in terms of maps, a lot of teams use it. So you kind of have to be able to have someone playing no flash in that situation, expecting a site flash, or someone rotating to throw the flash. And I think, you know, that catching or Selfless off guard isn't surprising because that's a more advanced strategy, even though it's such a simple thing to do. And just a great teamwork from SK. That's what I'm trying to say.
Teamwork makes the dream work. At least that's what they say. We've got Relics pushed up again in the Squeaky room. He did find a big opening for them on a round previous from this location. And Molotov to go in as soon as that door opens. Another Molotov for Freeze, and this is so that Noah can push in as he tries to fall back. He'll go over to the Toxic Barrels below that Shroud boost. And Magic's boy will close the door very rudely on Selfless.
Yeah, not nice.
They open it, and now it's closed. This is door opening play-by-play. Closed again. One more time. Let's open that.
Oh,
Freeze is so ready for the shot, and it will open one more time.
They might not know Freeze is here. I mean, they know someone's closing the door from the other side, almost certainly. How does this exchange go down?
Oh,
what? I didn't expect that.
Wow,
That's
crazy. He comes out and clears that. Looks like Relics was really hoping that he was the one getting pre-aim, so Nifty takes full advantage of that. And we got a 4-on-4 Asilian up on this upper catwalk. Letting them run into the site. It's Magic's boy. Having gone unchecked. Oh. He finds 2. 7 bullets left over. You don't have to see the third kill for the A1S, and we won't see it there, but Asilian, again, up top.
My goodness.
The eye in the sky.
Insane couple of frags from Magic's boy. Just hitting those headshots so quickly. A pause coming out, and this is very oddly reminiscent of the first map. I think around the same score line. I'm not sure if it worked for them. They've even got the same amount of money, basically, as they did when they took the pause that other time. And I mentioned that because it's not a great amount of money. It's enough to warrant like a really raggedy buy, but I don't know if they'll do it because you have basically 2 people who can get AK armor and then half armor on the other people if they want it, or it's someone with nades and a Tech 9. I mean, it's possible if you have like a good strategy for it. The other thing that is probably itching them is the fact that they don't have a round yet, so they might think, okay, we can only get 6. Like, you know, having a lot of money isn't working for us. Maybe we just need to put together a force, use this one force-up strategy we know works sometimes, and throw a Hail Mary. I'm not in their heads, but it looks like, yeah, they have mainline and Uber, head armor, AK, and they're putting together this buy quite slowly. I think they want to make sure that they have everybody, that everybody has at least the appropriate utility.
And then also coming off of that first map, and actually it looks like we are back into it, so we'll just get to see what they're going to be doing. And they will try to pull out the boost. Actually, boosts. Oh, those are from SK Gaming. Got them trying to counter boost over in middle, and they're boosting onto the A1 as well. Pimp and Asilian each getting one, but it's Nifty that finds two with the Galil nonetheless. And Magic's boy, did he spot Uber actually walking out? He will now. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. And then we'll put a bullet into the back of the skull. Blood everywhere there. And now it's 3-on-2, a man advantage for SK Gaming.
I'm not sure what the strategy was there. Nifty somehow got 2 Galil kills. Great trades from him, but I think they were trying to make it look like a fast mid, or have a fast mid and then just have Uber on a hard lurk. I know he's been known to lurk at some maps, like on Inferno, he'll get really aggressive as his team tries to take A, so maybe they were just trying to get him to get a lurk kill, and that was their opportunity. Saw, wow, mainline entering Madi at one of the weirdest angles possible.
Yeah, that's certainly an off angle there that Madi was holding, not expecting to go down so quick, but that just, goes to mainline. He did play well in overpass, and he's done all right here, getting some of those opening kills.
They don't have any utility. They're a little bit lower on health. Magic's boy actually throwing a molly onto the site.
He might go down to this.
Nifty's in a tough spot now. They know one's on site, and they know one's most likely either... Ooh, Nifty gets the kill. And mainline gets hit as his, and the superior crossfire wins. Well played by them. They stayed alive. It was good on Nifty to not get too anxious in that situation where the Molotov is spreading.
Yeah, the Molotov was spreading, and nade came in too. It took him from 17 down to 12, and I think it just went way in that back corner, only doing 5 damage. If that nade took him out, it would have been a very, very different scenario. So the utility just on, a little bit off point for SK Gaming, and then, like you said, the superior crossfire that Selfless had set up.
Quite simply a ridiculous entry from mainline to get that kill on site.
And maybe expecting some aggressions. Mainline, and certainly one of the best spots to stop the CTs from being aggressive. Generally, you'll see that pulled out on an anti-eco round where you're expecting someone to pop flash or walk push that smoke. It looks like they will give it up. Selfless playing very slow right now. Nifty's the one doing the dance of death over there in B main, trying to hold control of that side of the map.
Ooh, they made a little bit of noise trying to boost, but because we're on land, it's always harder to hear. Not particularly hard for the players.
It shouldn't be here, actually.
No, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You're still beside 4 players.
That's a reaction from Mitch.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I think that he's on the board. What a way to start it off.
Yeah, that's his first kill, huh? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And now they have man advantage. That's enormous. Typically, SK have done a good job staying alive late into the round. But here, not able to get the kill. In fact, losing one player in Pimp, who decided it was the correct moment to try to push up and over. And it might have been, but Mitch hit an insane shot. So now mid control has been forfeited. And it's really on SK to try to make some sort of informational play. Instead, I think, do they have a boost on site?
Oh
no.
my, this
the double
could be
oranges.
very, very dangerous. Yeah, double oranges. Oh, how the calls of Counter-Strike work. And here's Asilian coming away with 2. They'll have no idea that Madi is here. He should be able to almost 100% the round from this. Flash is going out, Madi blind, but also Relics, and Relics, nice shot. Won't let Madi fall back further, and deciding that we'll leave it up from a 2-on-2. So Madi's position actually not quite as effective as I thought it might have been. Magic's boy able to get 1, and then slink back into the shadows, but it's 1 and done as Relics moves in close and personal. We'll take him out with that AK. He's got to pick up the bomb. He hasn't been able to grab it, and now he's made noise, so that's a bit of information over to Freeze. And yeah, the time is just running out.
Yeah, couldn't find that bomb quickly enough, and I think Freeze would have just gave him the plant, but was so worried because he was in heaven, would have had the perfect opportunity to catch him either backpedaling or just turned around completely. Now SK steal up that round. Relics managed to stay alive, but that just puts his teammates in a more awkward spot. They won a round, lost a round, and no, you know what? They probably would have bought anyway because they all would have been extremely low, anticipating a double save. They only won the round that they did with 2 players alive, so at least I guess they're fortunate enough to have saved that AK. But SK might anticipate the force up here because of that. Just sometimes it gets hard or tricky to know how much money your opponent has. But when you're up this many rounds and they have 1 round, you have like a better beat on it. Mm-hmm. We've killed them all every round except for the last one, and on that last one they only had 2 alive. So it should be pretty apparent to them what's going to happen.
Oh, that round's got to be a little bit tough on Mitch, right? His shot was actually insane. He brought Pimp. It was just coming over the boost. Mitch gets his first kill into a round that they would hope they could have won, but did end up losing. And now still 5-on-5. Of course, SK Gaming with definitely the better equipment. Magic's boy waiting here on the forklift. We've actually got another one sliding up to the electrical box on short or highway. That's Pimp, and Freeze is over here with the op at Quan, getting away 1. Magic's boy's found 2 from the forklift position. Relics finally takes him down, but it might be a little too late. Nifty gonna pick up the bomb as it goes across on the forklift to kill Pimp. But Freeze is still holding here. 2 players on the site. I think the wrap into the site is going to be covered, so Freeze can only worry about this angle. And I think he tags someone, but it's Relics finding another kill. So into a 2-on-2. Bomb going down. Man working over to quad.
They know where both players are now.
It's going to be Relics. Yeah, they know exactly where they are because a player coming up through A main. They couldn't have gone off the site. And Nifty's going to try to hold tight. But no, he does go for a little bit of information. A little too antsy, perhaps. And he gets shut down for it. And now Molotov over. The Relics has shifted. Will they expect him to be in the site in the same exact spot? I kind of like this idea from him, but maybe it looked like he was turning, thought someone was coming over Redbox.
That was actually such a disgusting read from Madi to know that a player was going to push all the way around the site from default and try to look for them. I mean, knowing that they had to make a play in this situation. And yeah, Selfless just got red by like a buck. And now there's only 3 rounds potential more for Selfless to get, meaning an 11-4.5 max. That was, again, a force up because they were anticipating having a double save, so they realized that they probably weren't going to win that round, even though they probably could have in that 2v2, and now have to look forward to pistols. So bailing, that would have bailed them out in a big way if they were able to win up on the force, but they couldn't do it.
Now let's see with this MP7 if we'll have Big Pimpin' on this round making that money. As those are $600 per frag. Asilian posted up in this corner one more time. That's where we saw Selfless flash themselves, and Asilian capitalized from that position earlier on when things were misfiring pretty much from the get-go for Selfless. As they've got 2 flashes, 2 deagles, Tech 9 and some P250s. So they can't get anything done with it. Pimp with that aforementioned MP7 there in the vents.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know, like 11-1 in and Pimp is fine just buying an MP7. That's exactly like how good of a beat they have on the economy of Selfless. Like, they pretty much own them right now.
And all right, Pimp will peek out, and it's going to be Mitch. I think the second frag there. Maybe he has picked up some more, but a nice 1D. Asilian will bring down mainline. That will even things out. And now you've got mainline also was that other Deagle player, so now you've really got to trust in Mitch to get it done. Magic's Boy just with that A4, going to hold down Mouse 1. Freeze hitting the op as Uber hops out of A main. And now we've got Mitch. He has taken over this MP7. Jump peeking onto Magic's Boy, but Magic's Boy finds another multi-kill round.
You know, he gets a lot of eco frags, Magic's Boy, but I think they're well-deserved. Like, he gets so many rifle frags as well that it's like, yeah, go ahead and give him those bonus kills because he is just playing out of his mind. Again, Asilian and him are just tethering right now from other sides, maybe telepathically, are on par with each other, and both just getting 2 kills each time is necessary of them, and SK are up 12-1 because of it. I mean, your side anchors get 2 kills a round. You will almost certainly win that round every time.
And now what do we have Selfless doing here? It looks like they are situated around the boost for now, and they've given up complete control of B. Look at this push through. We've got 2 players for SK Gaming pushing through. One of them going to be taken down. That's Asilian. And I think was it Freeze that was with him that gets that trade out? I couldn't quite tell. He's found 2 kills now. Magic's Boy up on top of the hut there on Highway. He'll bring down Uber. And Pimp, you know, just allow for a little more confusion, and they'll actually just push through. The one player that's not blind missed the shot, and Pimp will go out for more. He's not done. He takes down Mitch. Finds the double to close it out. It's 13-1.
Wow. Oh, it's Pimp and Freeze this time. I don't even know how Freeze got both of his op frags. Like,
yeah,
I was on his flank, right? He pushed through B as well.
I think he pushed through B.
And then he went all the way to spawn. So I guess he just flanked mid there. And Selfless thought, okay, we killed the B push. But they thought they dealt with the entire issue. The issue was for them that they only killed half of it. Now, they have, there's 1 round left that Selfless can win, and we're looking at a half even worse than the last map. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, not at all. And actually potential for the second, well, at least that I've seen, 14-1.5 of the day. Of course, SK on the receiving end of that in their first match where they had just the 1 round untrained. So that could be a feels good man for SK Gaming to turn this around. And Freeze will come away with the first kill here. Mainline, though, answering back over at B. He takes down Madi, who was playing close up and personal around that wooden box, but then Asilian dropping in from the vents, going unheard. And Nifty knows exactly where he is, and that was almost a little bit messy, but Nifty will get that headshot.
Yeah, the B side is taken. Nifty knows this. He can't really help his teammates out, though. Ends up dying before they have the opportunity to get the bomb down. Oh, bomb trying to get into B. Magic's Boy, however, on the rotate, gets a very important kill and make that 2. My gosh. Magic's Boy, 22-8. He already has 40 or more kills, and the first map was 16-3. The second map looking like it could be 16-1.
All right, guys, we're going to have a quick halftime intermission. We'll be right back, so stay tuned. Half 2 coming up.
Right, they just lost the first map so badly. It's happening again, and it's a total not like this moment for them as they move into a CT half, needing to win the pistol, obviously, but more than that, having to not drop a single round to avoid match point. What more is there to say?
Yeah, and then, of course, I mean, something to add on to this is, if you are just joining us, it is an elimination match, right? This is going to be the first team to drop out of the tournament, and it's been Selfless, who have a total of 4 rounds in, one and almost 2 maps that they've played.
Mainline said have fun.
Good spirits.
Shout out to Mainline.
Hey, Mainline's been playing well. He probably has had some fun, as long as he's not been looking up at the scoreboard at the top of the screen.
The only score that matters, mind
you. That is true, yes. Especially on the team of Selfless, where the motto is team greater than, and then your name. You shouldn't be looking at your individual stats, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And Mitch, even though he didn't have a lot of kills, he did 1-dig pimp twice in that last half. And Relics will take Magic's Boy out of the air. How's that for a magic trick?
Yeah, and it's like, how will SK win this round? Because they've won plenty. They actually won a pistol here off the back of Magic's in a situation where they were down 3v5. They won a couple of 3v5s on pistol. Maudie, Asilian getting frags, and this is how it starts. They actually even have more health right now than Selfless do. They get a bomb plant, and after plant, another kill to follow. Maudie continuing his dominance. And 2 players left on a retake, not in good spots. They have so much stuff to clear. Uber spots Maudie, pushed up at B, and loses the duel. Maudie gets a 3rd kill on the pistol. Unbelievable. And the retake is not successful as the Glock has more bullets. Minus accuracy plus ammo.
Yep.
What? 3v5. They did that on the pistol round on the retake on A in the first half.
Yeah, the pistol rounds on Cash have just been extremely hectic.
No, and then on Overpass, we had Magic's Boy get an ace once it was 3v5.
Yeah, and that's true. And the Asilian had the kit in that first round, was diffusing in that smoke on the B site. So the pistol rounds have just been
3v5s.
Insane. and Selfless having the advantage in almost all of them, and then falling short and not winning it. And that was really, that was more important than any of them, right? That was their life of the tournament. And that could just be it, because we've got 3 Galils out, actually. Some utility, a botched Molotov. We'll see if they actually clear it. We, of course, know no one's there anyways, but...
Eesh.
And the Force Spy, of course, coming out, right? CZs and a Scout onto Mitch.
Yeah, well, SK got to be happy, man. They came out of their slump real quick on the same day. Avoid elimination, most likely. SK here, 2 kills. Now it's 5v3 for SK. I think you need at least 7 players on Selfless to win a round in this matchup.
Yeah, 2 down so early, just like that. It won't be easy from here. They've got no kits. They've got no utility. There wasn't much utility on SK Gaming, and that smoke was a little botched. That could have been a bit dangerous.
On the retake, but moving slowly, and that leaves Uber all by himself with the CZ, full HP, looking for the 1-taps and can't find it. SK avoid elimination and beat Selfless 2-0, only dropping a total of 4 rounds.
That's dominance, and everyone was doing so great, especially it was Magic's Boy and Asilian here on Cash. We're just going
Freeze on Overpass,
so good.
well.
And then it was also Magic's Boy on Overpass. Where Freeze was hitting a lot of those op shots, and I think his assist there was Maudie. But it's Magic's Boy 2 times in a row, so that says something about his consistency so far. As I guess SK Gaming are bouncing back. They have arguably a pretty tough match to start off the day. I mean, Tempo Storm's still kind of unproven a little bit, but I think they proved themselves. They're in that first series, taking it 2-0. But SK Gaming, they get it together, and they just absolutely crush Selfless, who in total only put up like 4, 9, maybe like 17 rounds, I think, over the 4 maps they played.
Yeah, that's rough.
If my memory and quick mental math is on point, which it likely isn't, so.
But yeah, everyone just doing their part. Even Pimp, who was a little bit quiet, like actually got a few important frags, just that his teammates were just so flashy that they outshined even a solid player, so.
Yeah, so there's not too much to go over there, really. We also saw the great use of utility for the retakes, which was a big part of some of the rounds that they actually did win, coming back into a 3v5. as they did do it a couple times, or retaking man disadvantage or even force onto a site. And it was just such a great use of flashbangs. I can remember a couple rounds where Cillian was having just a fantastic time on B, being supported by his teammates. But now we're going to see what the